the Iconic RDA by Vandy Vape and Vapes. Let's have a look. Hey guys, Vick here, back with another review. Today we are looking at the Iconic RDA from Vandy Vape and Vapes. 24mm wide, bottom and side airflow, comes with a squonk pin and fits goon tips on top. A very interesting RDA by the brilliant Vapes and Vandy Vape as well. A collaboration between these two to produce this RDA. Available in a range of colours. I think it's in brass, stainless steel, black and rainbow, I believe. And yeah, squonkable or normal RDA options included. Comes with 3 drip tips as well, and because it's Vandy Vape, you know the price point will be very affordable and very fair. Let's go down low and have a look at this. The main thing with this is this airflow. Let's really have a good look at that. See you in a sec. Okay guys, here we are down low with the Iconic RDA from Vandy Vape and Vapes. This is just the sample packaging. Your packaging will look better than this. Opening her up, you get 3 drip tips with this. You get a very funky blue drip tip. You get your RDA, a black drip tip and a clear one as well. Pretty good, pretty cool. We'll take the RDA out. Underneath you get all your usual spares. There we go. So you get your grub screws and all that sort of stuff, squonk pin, all that good stuff in there. Happy days. And this is the RDA, the Iconic from Vapes. If turn it around that way, it's a lovely face. Makes a lovely face. Hello, I'm the Iconic RDA. But yeah, so that's the thing. The Iconic, yes, it says Iconic there. Vapes, the wonderful Vapes on the base. Iconic again, nice protruding pin. Goon fitting drip tips. And yeah, there we go. So you've got this funky airflow situation, which will be easier to show you when we get that top off. Let's get that top off now. Putting it on the machiner. I sort of liked that it had the drip tip, which kind of matched it, so I went for that thing. But there we go. Not too much going on inside the cap. It's not too beveled or reduced or anything like that. Pretty standard top cap. And then here we go with the actual deck. So if I can get the cap back again, you can see what's going on here. So you've got your standard airflow, which kind of ramps up to the coil. That's that line there. And then you've got your bottom airflow, which comes in right from underneath with those 2 holes. And yeah, that kind of flies its way up at the coils, so it's kind of an undercoil, you know, and a side coil all in one. Very interesting stuff. The coils, actually, I'll just tell you the coils. I got these coils from interstellarvaping.co.uk. Check them out. Really sexy alien coils from those guys. Yeah, look at those. Look at those. I've dry burnt the heck out of them, but trust me, they were fantastic. So there we go. So that's the coils. The clamps that this has got going on, very funky indeed. I'll try and show you some pictures of the clamps as well. But effectively, when you release this screw, it lowers this, releases this clamp, and so you can trap your coils in that bit there, or you can trap your coils as I've done in the bottom of that. It's like an L shape. Right in the bottom I've trapped both sets of coils, which allows you to perfectly center your coil. Really nice. So as you can see, no issue centering the 2 coils there right over the top of the airflow. So yeah, you can see quite nicely here. Both leads are in sort of a little box that it drops into, which is very, very nice indeed. Really, really pleased with that. You got your 2 Phillips screws doing the clamp in there. clamping it down, and yeah, absolutely no issues mounting 2 coils in here. And obviously nice, insanely deep juice well on this as well. Very, very deep indeed. Look at that juice well. Very deep. Very, very deep, which does come in handy with this under coil airflow thing. The wielding and wicking is without question very, very nice on this. The proof of the pudding is going to be in this airflow. How well this airflow how well it vapes with this airflow, and how this airflow stands up to design, you know. So I will wick it up. Okay, so right juiced up now. We've got it all cottoned up, all wicked up. Beautiful. Yeah, it's no bother wicking, obviously, you know. Coil straight down the middle of the coil, down each side, dump your juice in. I was sort of dripping it down quite vigorously to see, you know, how much actually got down the holes. Overall, it's pretty good. If you try and go too hard too fast, you might get a bit down the airflow, but normal sort of dripping speed, and it was fine actually. Just aim right for the center of the RDA. So yeah, all wicked up. I'll put it back together. Put it back together like that. You can obviously close it down in some ways. You can go down to 1 hole there and half there. You could go like that if you wanted it insanely tight. But your choices, you know, aren't endless for how you have this set up. I think you know, the way they've done it, it's a sort of semi-fixed airflow. You know, there's only a couple of combinations you can have with how you have this. So, you know, really full open is good, and then you can go like that and just have it a bit through the bottom and quite a bit up top. Or so there is adjustable airflow, don't get me wrong, but only to a certain extent is it adjustable, you know, because of the configuration of the holes. I just thought I'd point that out down here. But I'm going to rock it fully open because I've got these beastie aliens in. So let's do that up top. Okay, guys, that was the Iconic RDA down low. Really interesting piece, this. Very interesting indeed. So it's got this side airflow and it's got this bottom airflow. And between the two, you know, you're getting quite a cloudy vape. It's also got this L-shaped clamp system, which allows you to just mount whatever coils you want, and it does clamp down really nice actually, because you need those coils to be centered on an RDA like this. I'm finding myself putting them in the bottom of the L, both sets of coils, and cranking down on that, and it's an absolute breeze to build and wick this thing. No qualms about that at all. Vaping a bit like this. This is it sort of halved. It's got the horizontal sort of halved, and it's got 1 hole open at the bottom. This seems to be the amount of airflow that I like, especially because I've got it on a mech. Flavour is there. Flavour is there for sure. It's also quite smooth. It's quite a smooth vape. I was slightly worried that it would be turbulent because it's got so much going on. You know, you've got some air going up there, you've got some air cutting in here, and the air that's cutting in there is going up a little ramp. So I was slightly concerned that it might be a bit turbulent, but no, it's a very smooth airflow indeed. If I crank it up fully open, it's very airy indeed, fully open. There are airier RDAs, don't get me wrong, but this is pretty airy. So you can really cloud chase with this, and flavour is on point for sure. I've got to say that. The one thing with the airflow that I will say is it's not super adjustable. Because you've got these holes and you've got this slot and you need them both to sort of interact, there aren't too many options. I've noticed that if you go left, it closes the slot down further than if you go right. So if you go 1 hole left, That's probably as tight as you can go. One hole at the bottom and maybe a third open at the top. And then if you go to the right, it opens up to 2/3 of the slot and one hole. So there are airflow options, but yeah, it's not completely adjustable like, say a Goon or something like that, where you can absolutely fine tune it. You need to pick between 3 or 4 airflow options with this because of the nature of the design. The other thing I would say is it is a bottom airflow. So just like the Kennedy, just like the Pandora that we recently reviewed, you do have to be careful with your juice. Your best bet really is to take the top cap off and paint your coils. I know most people do that these days. If you drip down the tip, you certainly can do that. That certainly is an option. But if you do that, there's always that chance that juice is going to go down those tubes. It rolls around the coil and just goes straight down, and so you can get juice down your air holes from time to time, dripping down the top. That's definitely a thing. So those are really the 2 things to be aware of, I would say. The airflow isn't super adjustable because of the design, and if you're dripping down the top, you can over drip quite easily. You can accidentally get a bit of juice down your airflow. So that's the thing. Those are the things to watch out for. Beyond that, it ticks a lot of boxes. Comes with a squonk pin, tick. 24mm, tick. Really easy to build, tick. Goon fitting tips, tick. It ticks a lot of boxes. The flavour and the vape quality overall is excellent. A really nice vape, to be honest. No real complaints with this setup. Got it about 0.14 on a 2700 mech. This is the Machina, if you're wondering. It comes with these drip tips which match perfectly with the sleeve that I have, so I'm quite enjoying this combination, to be honest. So yeah, it comes with those 3 drip tips, all Goon fitting. Good times, overall no real complaints. Just the things to watch out for that I have mentioned already. A very solid RDA. Squonking is definitely an option. Over squonking will be a factor though if you're going to use this for squonking. You've really got to be careful when you press that squonk bottle with this, that you don't go over the top. The tubes are mounted very high, which is very good. It does mean it shouldn't be too much of a problem with squonking, but that is a thing with squonking. Just like over dripping, over squonking will cause a juice to go down those slots, but overall, that's just something to be aware of. I really like the vape I'm getting. No major complaints. The deck is very nice. I like the L-shaped clamps; they work very well. It's a solid vape. Check it out if you're in the market for this sort of thing. A solid effort. Shout out to Mike Vapes, top reviewer. Met him at Expo the Return. Really nice guy. Really nice guy. Great to talk to. And Vandy Vape, knocking another product out of the park. Overall, a solid RDA with a couple of things to think about. I've been Vaping Vick, and I'll see you again soon.